Furry Guru.
Head Suitor 5. I was told to see you if I wanted my questions answered about the furries, but could you email word meanings and furry talk to me? So maybe just random furry stuff. As I said, I'm new and I don't know jack about furries, so I'd appreciate your help. Thanks. Well, best known one, Yiff, which is sex, Scritch, which is scratching, Paw Pet, which is puppet. Of course, there's paws for hands, head fur for hair, tails for tails. What else is there? There's loads of words. There's a furry dictionary somewhere, but gonna have to look that up. Feel annoyed. I present a thought. Trolling as a fetish? I did a video on how furry is actually defined on Wiki E2 and the old Usenet FAQ. They all say basically the same thing. Furry is a fandom. It says that just about everywhere. Anyway, so that got Aurora and I chatting about how trolls could maybe conclude furry as a fetish, and we thought maybe it's a fetish in the idea that everything is a fetish. You know the whole philosophy of everything is about sex? The pervert's philosophy. Well, I didn't know that. If so, then you must make trolling a hate fetish. Don't need to respond in vid, just thought I'd share this with you. Hugs and cheeseburger fetish. Jeffrey Feel Annoyed McLean. That was interesting. Is trolling a fetish? Send your comments. Z Shadow Fox. Hey Tori, I'm a huge fan of your work. Yes, I'm another fanboy. Have you heard of the furry musical entitled Yiff? And if so, what do you think of it? Keep making videos because I find your answers very interesting, although I can't work out where your accent is from. Well, I am British, however I'm also from Asia, and I live with an Irish Canadian. So it all gets very mixed up. I've heard of Yiff. I've seen the videos of Yiff currently on YouTube, of it still being made, of course. I'm happy that it's made by the British and made by furries. And that it doesn't actually contain much Yiff. It's rather interesting. I quite like the music in it. I played it in one of my past videos. It was on in the background. So yes, I've heard of Yiff, and I think it's quite good. Oh, arse. Why do people keep saying, like, halfway through the message, please leave this anonymous? It would help if they put it at the beginning, or, you know. Hey Tori, I am a born furry, but got into it 2 years ago. I've seen many of your episodes of Furry Guru, and think that you give great advice, so I'm willing to take yours. Here's my question. I have a heavy burden. I always told myself I wouldn't like the adult side of furry drawings, but I do. Recently, my friend told everyone I like Yiff as a joke because I always say Yiff because it's a funny word. The whole group wouldn't talk to me until he said it wasn't true. He said he was sorry to me and I forgave him because it was just a joke, but I hate having to deny it. But I also don't want to say it because people will think of me differently or think I'm into bestiality, which I'm not. What do I do? Well, kind of. There's not really anything wrong with being interested in Yiff artwork, because I know plenty of people who are. Some of them who really shouldn't be. They know who I'm talking about. But, yeah. I don't see how Yiff leads to bestiality, unless you're looking at it from a troll's point of view, which is the stupid point of view. There you go. Do whatever you feel like. There's nothing really wrong with liking Yiff, just because I don't, but I'm not really interested in sexual stuff at all. So there you go. Nerdtendo, hello again. First off, let me say that the unnamed person is at my school. Second off, let me say that I suspect him to be a troll himself. Why? Because he has the female anonymous I mentioned a few videos ago stalking me. It's scary, they think it's me. Sure, I agree with the things the unnamed guy says, but I don't actually put them up. I would never do that. They know where I live, so what moron would do it at that kind of risk? Well, do you know what that means? There's probably another furry at your school. Or if there isn't, then there's another person who hates Anonymous. I'm hoping maybe you can give me advice on how to avoid this off-shot from him. They've already converted my brother to be against me, and just when I was so comfortable. I mean, it's one thing to go after me and put me on the cruise control list because you think I'm the suspect, but to convert my family, it's almost enough to make me say the hate word. I'm at my wit's end. That is really freaking annoying. Oh lord. Basically, an Anonymous has come along and has tried converting your family against you. That is the most inhuman thing I've heard of. Well, no, I've heard of other things, but that is just so rude and disgusting. You know, it's not often I condone physical violence, but at this point, if you're really getting that angry, I wouldn't, I would let you hit them if you knew who it was. Basically, if you haven't already, now might be a good time to actually tell your family what a furry is. I've said many times how to do this. Just take it slow, don't make it seem like there's something to worry about. Don't say something like, sit down, I have something to tell you that'll make them worry. Just come out casually. There's of course a lot more to it, but that's all I'll say right now. Yeah. Feel annoyed. Hey, love the vids. For the furs who are fearful of being hacked, the deal is you don't have just Anonymous and other furry haters to worry about. They're jealous individuals who will get miffed if you're popular, successful, and have more friends, or just generally having a good life. There are people who just want something you have, be it your friends, your popularity, or just your money. And then there are friends who also have very poor sense, which is acceptable. Realistically, Anon isn't such a concern. Keeping your accounts secure should be standard practice, even if it's out of pure habit. Makes sense, keep yourself safe. Especially over the Christmas period. Anonymous don't really have a life. They might try going for you at your weak spot when you're not there. You're spending all day with your family and friends, having fun. Oh. Liqueur! Hi Tori, I've been watching you for a while. Anyways, I've been, anonymous or a B-tard for about 3 years. Anyway, I believe it or not, I discovered the furry fandom, and despite the negative attention it received from the chans, I was intrigued and am now a furry. I really have been along, however, I didn't know about the furry fandom. Hey. Colds really suck. There's something going around in the UK at the moment. Everyone seems to have a cold. Anyhow, just letting you know that not all Anonymous are trolls. In fact, I've started a number of threads discussing how many furries are actually on B, or result because of B. Despite the new fags who just hate because they think it's cool, the majority of us are pretty logical, and they can discuss if you're serious about discussing. You'd be surprised how many of us are not trolls. Like I said, it's mostly the new fags who are trolls and don't actually hate furries. I also hate generalizations. Many furries generalise B-tards, and really, we're equally at fault, don't you think? P.S. As far as the disturbing images posted on 4chan, and well, any chan, entertainment is entertainment, even if it is pretty sick. I'm gonna have to change my Lexus, my whatever you call it. I used to think furry haters were all anonymous. I don't think that now. Furry haters and a troll is a different thing. Now I'm gonna have to change anonymous and trolls. That's why I now call trolls troll fags. Anonymous, yeah. Okay, Anonymous, you've basically got off the hook, but just try and get the trolls to not say stuff like 4chan forever or whatever nonsense they may say. Because they're just not really giving you not making you look good really.